A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Once again, today I am here with you, dear listeners. Tahir Farooq, Muhammad Tahir Farooq, in your service. As you know that from last so many days we are discussing culture, and we are actually doing the surgery of culture, and we will take few days more discussing various aspects of culture. Anyhow, yesterday, you know that we tackled the third element, the third universal element of culture, that is value. Today, values, as you know that, and as we discussed yesterday, is that part of culture which is appreciated, which is enhanced, which is defined, and which is highlighted as a good thing, as a good gesture, as a good concept by that culture. Here I will add one thing, that it's not necessary that one good thing in one culture might be good in another culture. And for example, the American says that latest is the best, while the UK society prefer, and as they say, all is gold. And if we take the supreme part of their culture, the supreme and the most extraordinary factor of their culture, that is their constitution. Their constitution is also unwritten constitution based on traditions, and totally it's from generation to generation, and they haven't changed it, and they like it. As I said, their culture prefer old is gold, and the American culture, they says latest is the best. Therefore, we can say that there is no universal line of demarcation, that if these things will be met by a culture, then it will be its value. In some culture, there are things which are really, they are very much criticized and very obnoxious, but still they are appreciated in those cultures. And the gender biasness in the primitive societies, in the developing societies, in the developing states, developing countries, as well as in the developed countries as well. But there, to some extent, a protection is given, if not in practical sense of the word, conceptually it is given to the woman. But in underdeveloped countries and in primitive societies, it is totally miserable to the extent of really to the deplorable extent, actually. Coming back today, and you know that as earlier we discussed, and the main role which in my lecture is in my lecture, which I consulted many books, but J.J. Mashoianus is my main reader, is my main, with the courtesy of his book, and with many other books as I consulted. But J.J. Mashoianus wrote about these four universal elements. And the third one which we are dealing, value and belief. Yesterday we discussed values, and today we will be there on beliefs. Beliefs, that as we just said earlier about values, and now we will be explaining or trying to understand that what values are and how they differentiate from beliefs, what beliefs are and how they differentiate from values. Actually, beliefs are a kind of superstructure. It's a shadow under which auspices the general decisions of day-to-day life is taken by a culture, by a society or by an individual. A very brightening example of belief I will take from Quran, from where the Muslims lead their life, taking that as their umbrella. As Quran says, with the name of Allah, the All Merciful, the Very Merciful, says the truth is Allah is one. Say the truth is Allah is one. Allah is besought of all, needing none. He neither begot anyone nor was begotten, and equal to him has never been anyone. This is a belief which Muslims practice, and on the basis of this belief that they decide and they take their day-to-day decisions. As Quran says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. As earlier I translated this one, and this is a kind of journal guideline for running the affairs of life for the Muslim culture, Muslim society, and for the Muslim man individually as well. The same way, the Saint Rahman Baba Rahmatullah Alayh, about belief, his verse is a kind of role model of beautification. And that verse is, Chi Allah dar saramal nabi rahmana ke lakhkar dar sarvi yaktan hai. Here Rahman Baba Rahmatullah Alayh says that if Almighty Allah, that is your spiritual capital, is not supporting you, if you are empty of spiritual capital, your social capital is workless. It is superfluous. It can't work. It's useless. It will put you in hardships. It will not give you success. It will frustrate you at the end of the day. Until and unless you are packed with spiritual capital. The spiritual capital, you know, that is the support from the heavens, the support from Almighty Allah, the support from great God. Even not only social capital, intellectual capital, physical capitals, your all capitals are wasted until and unless you have the support of spiritual capital. And under this spiritual capital, a very good society can be developed. As a scholar, Charles Honnell says, I will be telling it in Urdu, कायनात में प्यार की ताकत से बड़ी कोई ताकत नहीं. प्यार का एहसास एक ताकतवर तरीन फ्रीक्वेंसी है जो आप खारिज कर सकते हैं. अगर आप अपनी हर सोच को मोहब्बत में मलफूफ कर देंगे, अगर आप हर चीज और हर फर्द से प्यार करने लगेंगे, तो आपकी जिंदगी बदल जाएगी. हकीकत में माजी के अजीम फलसफी कानून कशिश को कानून मोहब्बत ही करार देते थे. अगर आप इसके बारे में गहराई से गौर करें तो आपको पता चलेगा कि वो क्यों ऐसा करते थे. And this is a reality. The true love by core of hold with the creator of all, Almighty Allah, it will attract their love to you. And thus, a beautiful value of love can be created for the sake of love, for the betterment of humanity, for constructive and positive attitude and behaviors and culture in the society. This value of love and this belief of love, this is the real and accurate solution which can fix our problems or issues. And we will have prosperous, consolidated and peaceful society in this global village. Thank you very much for today. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz. We'll meet soon, inshallah.